We don't have any Muslims in the background. Jaja, are you Muslim, Jaja? Oh, India, India Shia. Okay, guys, I'm going to throw you out for a second and bring you back. Get ready, India Shia. We want you to defend Allah and His Messenger. Guys, you can come back right afterwards because I got to do this because we have trolls. Come back right back up. You're not being blocked. Pray for India. You love India. I love India.
Before we continue, please make sure you have subscribed. Also, hit the like button now and leave your comments. It helps us improve our algorithm so that this video will get recommended even more. Please do it now, don't delay. These simple things help this ministry grow. Thank you, and God bless you.
How can I help you, India Shia?
Hello?
Yes, all right, so good. So you know what the topic is, right?
Yes.
So you are Shia?
I am okay. I've been part of. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. Armane. I put. Sir, please. So.
Don't tell me, please, man. I send you to Pakistan. Go ahead. What is it?
Okay. So my friend, he tell me there is prophet. Okay. He did.
What?
The prophet.
Yeah. So are you here to defend?
No, I want to understand. I want to understand.
No, I don't want to understand. You saw what my challenge is, right? Read the title. Allah treats women sex objects. Stupid. So are you ready to defend that?
Oh, okay.
You are Shia or Sunni? Because you said Indian Shia.
I am Shia.
You sure you're Shia?
Yeah.
Okay. Explain to everyone why you Shia still do muta.
So I understand that from Imam that we are supposed to do this as if we're gonna get married.
No, that's not muta.
No?
No, muta is not that. Are you sure you're Shia or you're making fun of me?
No, I promise. I want to understand. I don't even know if I am Shia anymore. But
okay, good. Hopefully you're not Shia anymore. You ask the Imam, say, Imam, isn't muta when I find a woman, we agree to marry for, let's say, 3 days, then I divorce her and I give her money. That's muta. That's not marriage. It's called temporary marriage. That's what the Shia still do to this day.
Only for pleasure?
Yes, it's called marriage, pleasure marriage. So this is what Shia still do to this day. The Sunnis say it's abrogated. It's been canceled.
How come not Shia?
Because the Shia say we don't follow the Sunnah of the Sunni. We don't follow Bukhari, Muslim. We follow Kulaini, Kafi.
Yes.
So in our hadith, it's not abrogated. In our hadith, we still do muta. So I'm going to ask you, be honest. If you're honest, man, I'll speak with you with respect. You're honest,
all right,
I'll speak with respect. Would you be okay, my friend, your Shia neighbor, you have a Shia neighbor, he comes to your sister or your daughter and says, I want to do muta with you. Would you be okay with that?
Not now.
Why? The Shia still do it. What do you mean not now?
I thought it is for if you like woman, you do this, and if you like her, you marry. If you do not, you cancel.
No, it's called pleasure marriage. You do it for a short time and you divorce. And she know it. We're gonna get married for a month, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3, and then I'm done. I pay you, and then we go to the Imam and he does the ceremony. So are you okay with that?
But that is prostitution.
Say it again.
Isn't that prostitution?
Exactly. That's what we say. Muhammad prostituted women. You just said it.
But
wow.
Oh my God.
Yes, say it again.
But I cannot. They will kill me for this.
They will shish kebab you for this.
Why will no? I want to go to truth. But if I tell my brother or my friend, they will kill me.
They will shish kebab you, brother. Not going to kill you. They make you halal meat. They take one piece of you here, one piece of you there. But you go to them.
Allah.
I'm telling you. I'm not lying. You don't tell them it's prostitution because they'll kill you. So you say, can I ask you a question? In Muta, we Shia, we can marry someone for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then divorce and pay? Yeah. They'll say yes. You just said that's prostitution. So why you follow this deen?
Well, it is not my choice. I born in it, and my father
Why don't you leave it?
will pass away. I am trying, but
Oh, good.
very hard. I'm in Iran right now. I know I am Indian,
Oh, but you said you're Indian. So you're an Indian
yes,
in Iran?
yes, because in India I have friend who they were Sunni and they not treat me right.
Oh,
But
so that's why you went to live in Shia country, Iran. So
exactly,
Iran. Okay, but then since you left Iran, can you leave to someone else and be free? Because Islam is not for you.
but I try to go out. I think on go to Armenia.
Well, Armenia is not going to accept you if you have Shia mentality. They don't
No,
want prostitution.
not as Shia. To understand Armenian church.
Oh, so you're interested in the church.
Yes,
So
that
you're
is why.
interested in leaving Islam.
Yes, that is. I
Oh, beautiful.
think
Beautiful, man. Okay, so then you don't like Islam, you don't like the teaching of Muhammad, right?
after this, no.
Only, but that's only, I give you more. What do you feel? Well, how would you feel if the Muslim jihadi attacked
Yes,
your place, took, because remember, the Sunni, they think you're kafir, right?
right.
It's okay now. The Sunni, no, by the way, Taurus, it's not a fake accent because I heard the people in the background. I heard the woman Taurus. There were people in the background. So
What?
I heard people speak because they think you're faking it, brother.
I wish, man. I hate it. I want
No,
to.
I heard in the background people were speaking your language. So that's why I know he's not fake. But okay, now coming back to the issue. You know the Sunni, they hate the Shia, right?
Oh yeah.
And you know that in Iraq and in Syria, the terrorists, Al Qaeda and ISIS, they were killing Shia, right?
Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. I have experienced it myself.
Yeah, okay, so you know. Well, how would you feel if ISIS came to you, took your wife? Are you married?
I am, but she is Muslim and she do not want to change.
No, it's okay. We're not saying leave her. So they attack you. They don't consider you true Muslim. You're Shia. They take your wife and they rape her and they sell her. Would you be okay with that?
Of course, no. It is
Well, that's
saying
what the
like this
terrorists
in
were
my.
doing, right? But that's what the terrorists were doing, right?
But don't we do not believe they are Muslim.
Yeah, but Muhammad did that in the Quran. Surah Al-Nisa 424. Your prophet did that.
Let me.
Okay, open it up. Surah Al-Nisa, the chapter of the woman, if you read Ayah 23-24, it says you cannot have sex with a married woman except if she is what
Married
your right hand possession.
except those lawful.
Yeah, chapter 4, verse 24. I'm going to put it on the screen for everyone else.
But they are, but they are married.
Yes, it says you cannot take a married woman unless she is your captive. So if there's a married woman that you have taken as your possession, you can have sex with her. A married woman.
Okay,
Here it is.
I have question. Don't they
Okay.
have a choice to become Muslim?
No, brother, because they are your possession, your right hand possession. What you're meaning, they are your property. That's why you can have, because which woman, if she's sane woman, decent woman, if she's a decent woman, she's taken captive, her husband's still alive, will want to marry him or have sex with him. No decent woman, right?
Of course, no.
This ayah is saying it doesn't matter. You own them, your right hand possession. You can do what you want.
Not abrogated. Not abrogated.
No, not there is no ayah in the Quran that abrogated this.
Oh my God.
Say it again.
Oh my God.
So why you follow this deen? Astaghfirullah. The time to give up this deen, brother.
So okay, but I have heard from my friend in Old Testament they say if you have you like girl slave, you had to cut the hair And
No, he didn't. Yeah, I know. I'll give you that. He
I
didn't.
don't understand, but I thought,
Yeah, no, I'll tell you. He didn't. He actually lied to you because he doesn't explain to you. This actually shows you can't rape her, you can't have sex with her. You have to make her your wife. Here it is. That's not the Quran. The Quran says no. You can take her and you can have sex with her. Here, this is what he's referring to. So your friend who told you in the Old Testament say, "Wow, this law is better than Muhammad and the Quran." Because this is written 2200 years before Muhammad. Deuteronomy 21, 10 to 14. I'm going to read for you, okay? Deuteronomy 21, verses 10 to 14. You ready?
yeah,
Okay. When you go to war against your enemies, and the Lord your God delivers them into your hands, and you take captives. Watch, captives, right?
right.
If you notice among the captives a beautiful woman, notice she's not married,
Okay.
and are attracted to her, you may take her as your wife. Bring her into your home, have her shave her head, trim her nails. Now watch. Put aside the clothes, the one clothes that she was captured in. Make sure she changes her clothes.
All right.
After she has lived in your house and she has mourned, she's cried for her family and father, mother for a full month, then you may go to her and be her husband. She shall be your wife. So you can't have sex with her. You can't rape her. Shaving was a sign of mourning. When someone died, they would shave their head as a sign that they lost a loved one and they're grieving.
Oh,
Give her
yes.
a month.
A lot of Indian do this.
Oh,
But
see, say it again.
Men, a lot of Indian do, but men, not women. But I
Yes.
understand.
Now, then after a month, do you rape her or you marry her and make her your wife?
It say you got marry.
Yes. And then it says, if you're not pleased with her, let her go wherever she wishes. You must not sell her or treat her as a slave, since you have dishonored her because you've divorced her.
They are not captive.
No, she's your wife and you divorce her, she's free. This is better than the Quran. The Quran says, no, they're your captives, have sex with them and sell them. So how come the Old Testament is better than the Sharia of Allah?
No, I understand that. I thought I thought it was going to change.
What's going to change? Muhammad changed it. He made it worse.
The argument. No, I didn't know it was better. I thought it was worse. Because from what I don't know.
In fact, isn't this respectful at a time when Moses wrote this, the people were killing each other, enslaving each other, raping each other. But Moses says, no, no, no. God told me, you take a captive, you can't rape her. You marry her and make her a wife. And if you get divorced, she is free. She's not your property. Isn't that beautiful?
The part, yeah. I can see that it is beautiful.
Yeah, which is better? That Muslims come, they take my sister, they take my daughter, they take my wife, my mother, rape them and sell them?
No.
But that's what Muhammad did in chapter 4, verse 24. Can I show you something else that shows that the Bible is better than your Quran?
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course.
You know about the muhallal, halala?
Muhallal?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what that is, right? So if you divorce your wife
I know,
irrevocably, talaq. Okay.
Talaq.
Yeah, you can't go back to her until when?
Until 3 months?
No, you divorced her. You can't take her back. You cannot take her back. So if you want to take your wife back, you can't take her back, right?
Even unless her husband die, second husband.
Say it again. She has to marry someone, and that someone has to have sex with her. And if you divorce her or die, then you can take her back, right?
Right, yeah, that is what
That's
I know.
in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 230. But the Bible says, Moses says, the Torah says this. Watch here. Let me show you what it says. It says, if you divorce a woman and she marries another man, and then he divorces her or dies, you do not take her back. That is disgusting. So here you go.
It is written like this exactly?
Yeah. Deuteronomy 24, verses 104. Here it is. Deuteronomy 24, verses 104. You ready?
Verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 1 to 4. You ready?
Okay.
I'm going to read it for you. Ready?
Right.
If a man marries a woman who becomes displeasing to him because he finds something indecent about her, and he writes her a certificate of divorce, gives it to her, and sends her from his house, and if after she leaves his house, she becomes the wife of another man, and her second husband dislikes her and writes her a certificate of divorce, gives it to her and sends her from his house, or if he dies, then her first husband who divorced her is not allowed to marry her again after she has been defiled. That would be detestable, meaning disgusting in the eyes of the Lord. Do not bring sin upon the land the Lord your God has given you as an inheritance. So what God of Moses says is disgusting, your God says is halal. Why? And would you be okay? Be honest with me. Okay, I divorced my wife, but man, I want her back. But Allah says, no, no, no. Someone has to marry her and sleep with her. Put this dingy inside her before you can take her back.
Oh,
Say it
man.
again.
No, man. I do not.
No, I love your reaction because I feel the same way. But that's what Allah said. Allah said, no, no, no. You divorce her, someone else has to marry her and put this dingy in her, taste her, have sex with her, and then if you divorce her, you can have her back. You okay with that?
Of course, no. The problem, I understand what you say because I am accepting. I wish my wife and my brother can come listen. It's very
Don't
hard.
worry about them, brother. You worry about them later. Worry about yourself first. You see why it's filthy. Leave it. Study about Jesus, and then you pray for them. But don't worry about them now. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. So you see how beautiful the Bible is and how disgusting Islam is. Now, can I show you the difference between Jesus and Muhammad?
I heard that Muhammad is the best man.
Oh, that's what I want to show you. Very nice. He's very nice.
Because he understanding and accepting. I listen, man. I don't want to upset you. I know you believe in Isa, but I don't know. I really want to.
Well, I'm going to show you Quran and Bible. You just make your mind. He's the best man, right? Okay.
All right.
What did he say about the best man? You have an adopted son. Okay. I adopt you. Okay.
All right. Okay. Isn't adoption not allowed anymore?
No, in the time Muhammad, he had adopted son, but then he abolished it. I'm going to get there. But at the time, I'm going to show you from Quran. Okay. Because you don't follow Bukhari and Muslims. So I'm going to show you from Quran.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to show you from Quran. I adopt you. You're my son. You get married. Then you divorce your wife, and I marry her and have sex with her. What would you think of me?
Oof, no.
Say it again.
I will not accept.
But that's your Quran, chapter 33, verse 37. Chapter 33, verse 37. Muhammad took Zayd's wife when Zayd divorced her, and Zayd was his son that he adopted. So he can be an example for other people to take the women of their adopted sons when they're divorced. Here it is, chapter 33.
Why Zayd do this?
Because if you go to the tafsir, ask your Shia Imam, Allah wanted Muhammad to marry Zayd's wife. So he made Zayd divorce her.
He made what?
Yes, that's what I hear in the ayah. Let me read it for you. Can I read the ayah for you? It's 33, 37.
Okay, all right, excuse me. Give me one second. It's very hard. Very hard to have.
Well, let me read the ayah. Here it is. Chapter 33, verse 37 of the Quran is right here. The ayah, right here.
All right.
Okay. When you said to him, this is Allah speaking to Muhammad, supposedly, whom God had blessed, keep your wife to yourself. So you, Muhammad, told him, keep your wife to yourself, your God. And you were concealing, you, Muhammad, were hiding within yourself what God would reveal. So what would God reveal that Muhammad was hiding? Fearing other men. So you feared men. And what did God reveal? And God has better right for you to fear him. So when Zayd had accomplished what he would of her, then we gave her in marriage to you, so that there should be no fault in the believers touching wives of their adopted sons when they have accomplished what they would of them, and God's commandment must be performed. Did you catch it?
I did.
So what is the ayah saying? You, Muhammad, were afraid what was in your heart, what we're about to reveal. So when Zayd said, I'm going to get rid of my wife, you said, no. Keep her, because Muhammad was embarrassed. What will people say of me if he divorces his wife and I marry her? And Allah saying, you should have feared me, not men. So when Zayd finished the divorce, we married her to you. So that means your
So
God.
So Allah was proposing that he marry,
Yes.
but this he should know it is not good.
Well, that's why we don't believe all of the Quran is God. But then, did you
So
see the rest? But
our
yeah,
Allah is not the same as your Allah.
exactly.
Then what? Okay, I know there is Coptic, Orthodox. They
Yeah,
believe, they say Allah. They
yeah. I'll
say,
get to
I
that.
have heard that they say it.
I'll explain that just before we get to the word Allah.
All right.
But first, I want you to see the ayah again, chapter 33, verse 37. I'll get there, but just watch this. Look what Allah says. Suppose Allah. Then we, Allah speaking to Muhammad, we gave her in marriage to you. So who made Muhammad marry Zayd's wife?
Unfortunately, Allah.
Say it again.
Unfortunately, Allah.
Why is your God causing people to commit adultery and desire married women?
I do not understand this.
Exactly, because he's not the God revealed in Jesus. But now let me finish it. So why did Allah do this? So that there should not be any fault in the believers, so that believers will not be at fault if they want to do the same thing. Do what? When the wives of their adopted sons, when they have been accomplished, the divorce period, that they could then marry them. So Allah wants others to do the same thing. Hey, your son, you adopted, when he divorces, you can marry her. But then what did Allah do later? You know what he did later?
What?
He abolished adoption. He stopped adoption. That's why you.
This I probably do not understand.
But you know that after this, Allah stopped adoption, right?
Yes, I know this. I thought it was another reason. I don't know.
Do you see, guys? He knows this. You know why? If you ask your imam, you know why adoption was abolished?
They tell me it is because not lawful for man, woman not have child they're not own.
No. That's what they're telling you. It's because ask them to read the commentaries, the tafsir. When Muhammad married Zainab, that was the wife of Zayd, people said, look at this man, Muhammad. He married his son's wife because Zayd was called Zayd ibn Muhammad.
I know this.
Then
yeah.
Allah, say it again.
I know this.
Okay, but then Allah said, stop calling them your sons. They're not your sons. Name them after their fathers. So because they were making fun of Muhammad, Allah said no more adoption. See how evil this is?
Only for that?
Yeah. And think about it. You're a smart man, right? Can you explain to me?
I do not want to say I'm smart.
Well, I'll say you're smart because you're reasoning. Okay, you admit Allah stopped adoption. Then how then this ayah makes sense? Notice what the ayah said. We gave her in marriage to you so that there should not be any fault in the believers regarding the wives of their adopted sons when they have accomplished what they would have done. So it's saying, see, we made you an example. You marry the wife of your adopted son so others can do the same. What kind of example is this when Allah knows he's going to stop adoption?
Man.
What kind of example is this? Explain this to me.
Not good example. Not good example.
Yeah, but not only, let's say, okay, you can marry the wives of your adopted sons, but Allah then canceled out adoption. So why have him marry the wife of his adopted son when he's going to stop adoption?
So this contradicts with that Allah knows the future.
You got it, because Allah is not the true God. It's Muhammad making stuff up to help himself.
Man,
and how would you feel? Zayd, who was the son of Muhammad, he was having sex with this woman, and now she's having sex with Muhammad, and now he has to view her as his mother, because the wives of Muhammad are the mothers of believers, right?
Oh my God.
Exactly. Say it again.
That's not good, man.
So imagine you're my adopted son. You marry, you divorce. I take your wife. I have sex with her. She's now your stepmother, the very woman that you had sex with.
I don't even want to imagine.
But that's what your Prophet Muhammad did.
Astaghfirullah. Oh my God.
And then I say, guess what, son? No more adoption. You're not my son because Allah stopped adoption.
That contradiction.
So why you Muslim, man? Give up on it. And then here, can I ask you something? Allah supposedly is merciful, right? He's
Yeah,
merciful.
of course,
Okay,
of course.
but here's the problem.
Rahim.
Oh yeah, Rahim, Rahman, yes, yes, okay. But now here's the problem.
All right.
Doesn't Allah know there's going to be millions of children, orphan, who have no father and mother, and there will be husband and wife who can't have children. And the most human, merciful thing to do is take these orphans in and make them your children and treat them as family, so that a woman who can't have children or a man who can't have children can adopt children and raise them as their own children. Wouldn't that be merciful?
Of course, man.
So why did Allah abolish adoption? Because you can't do that in Islam.
But oh my God, in Islamic country, what they do with orphan?
They take care of orphan, but when an orphan reaches a certain age, he cannot live in your house in front of your wife, right?
18.
If you have an orphan in your house and he reaches an age where he's mature, he cannot be in the presence of your wife or your daughter or sister because he's not mahram, right?
Right, right.
So then where does he go?
He go live his life.
So that means you left him without a family again.
Because not mahram.
Yes, because if I come to your house and I'm not Muslim, I can't be with your wife, your daughter, your sister, right?
Right.
Even your cousin, he can't be in the house with you, right?
Nobody, only father, brother.
Oh, father, brother, that's mahram. But you bring an adopted, or you bring an orphan, he's 5. He's now 14, he has to go. Because he can't be in the house with your wife, your mother, your sister, daughter. So now you left them again without a family because Allah abolished adoption.
That is not good.
Because your God, Allah is not the true God.
Man, I have to go, man. I have a work,
Okay.
and I'm
Anyway,
so
I give you my Skype. Here's my Skype in the private chat. When you want to talk more, contact me. Here's in the private chat.
I will. Benny
Okay.
Malik.
Say it again. We pray for you, Indian Shia. Come to Jesus. All right, brother?
All right, man. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
I hopefully in a week I will be able to get money for a ticket to Armenia.
I hope so, but you have to give your life to Jesus before you come and try to convert Armenians. It's not going to happen.
Maybe I call back. Thank you, man.
Okay, call me back. We'll talk more.
All right.
Okay, buddy. Take care.